The first thing that I want to address is our cultural norms, all right? And when I say our cultural norms, what people don't understand is that culture is ever changing. It's ever evolving. It continues to change based off of what it is that you celebrate the most or the thing that you actually champion the most. It's the thing that you adopt the most. It's the thing that's the most meaningful to you. It's the thing that you engulf or become a part of on a regular basis, right? That is your cultural norms. So what I see happening over in Chicago, in New York City, and then also over in Oakland and in Philadelphia, what I see happening all over the country, and it becomes a theme, and it's so interesting because I remember at a time when everything used to be disconnected, meaning that what was going on over on the West Coast was a completely different culture than what was going on over on the East Coast, right? Even when it came to the music was different. When you went over to Cali, it was a different Cali sound. When you heard that Oakland, when you heard that LA, when you heard Compton, when you heard Dr. Dre, when you heard rap music, Sugar Free, Drew Down, Dr. Dre, Eminem, all of those type of people, it was a completely different sound than what it was that you got over in New York. When you was listening to the Wu-Tang Clan and DMX and, you know, Jay-Z and Biggie and all of those different people, it was a completely different vibe, right? And then the South, Outkast, 8 Ball and MJG, right? Suave House. You know, when you heard Scarface and all of those dudes, it was a completely different sound. Even in the Midwest, when you went up to the Midwest, when you went to Chicago, when you went to Detroit, when you heard what was going on down in Cleveland, right? When you heard all of these different things, or when you seen the culture, how they dress, how they talk, what they largely adapted and adopted based off of whatever it was that was happening within their region at that particular time. But now we've gotten to the point to where everything is the same based off of what it was that we adopted. And you adopted the worst that was over here, and they adopted the worst that was in your culture and in your county and in your region, and then they all combined it together. And what you're seeing happening, regardless of whether or not you're in LA or whether or not you're over in New York, you're seeing the same problems exist based off of whoever it is that adopt a specific cultural norm in that particular region. So if you decided that you wanted to vote liberal and you wanted to be blue and you wanted to advocate for the alphabet community and all of that other type of stuff, you have a specific cultural norm. Like it, love it, disagree with it, whatever it is, you have a completely different cultural norm than somebody that continues to look at things from a conservative perspective. And conservatives tend to see things another way. And in a lot of instances, it's extreme. And it's not always the greatest thing, but in a general sense, their cultural norms is completely different from yours. But regardless of whether or not you're over in Oakland or whether or not you're over there in Philly, the same things is happening. Let me prove it to you really quickly. Let me prove it to you. So if you look at what's going on over in Oakland, right, over in California, this is a famous restaurant.
Tonight in Oakland, where a popular downtown restaurant will be shutting down at the end of the month. Le Cheval at the corner of Clay and 10th Streets has been an Oakland institution for almost 4 decades.
The owner tells our Don Lynn it's not the pandemic, it is the crime that has killed his business.
Sun Tran's mother opened Le Cheval 38 years ago.
This is my mother, the founder, and older brother, older sister.
The family-run restaurant serves up Vietnamese cuisine with a touch of French influence.
They're very popular, the spicy wing, the cooked beef steak, and garlic noodles.
This is an institution to Oakland, and it's very well known.
This institution is shutting down on September 30th.
And I say that shut down, everyone crying. My family member, my employee. I feel really bad. It broke my heart. It broke my heart.
He laid off workers, cut back on restaurant hours, even closed down on Sundays to try to avoid permanent closure, but says he can no longer push forward. Business is at about 25% of pre-pandemic levels.
Even with the free rent right now, we still cannot survive.
Even with
free rent, we still cannot survive.
He blames auto burglaries and crime for the shutdown. Some customers were even robbed at gunpoint.
Even right on the front of the restaurant, and their car still broken into. And that they really mad. And they told me, son, I love your restaurant, I love your food, I love your family, but I cannot come back to Oakland.
Let's stop there for a second. Let's just stop there for 1 second, because this is the thing that people don't understand. When you see things happening within our society, there's a ripple effect. There's a ripple effect, right? When I built my first restaurant, now I'll just be a silent investor in different things and different restaurants and different businesses. Shout out to my dog Armand over in Eastern Market. They had a building collapse. They thought it was an explosion. They had a building collapse. I reached out to him and I was talking to him this weekend, and he's gonna be all right. He owned Jab's Gym. He actually appeared on my platform because we helped promote what was going on over there. Really good guy. I'm just a silent investor in a lot of great people and in a lot of good businesses now. But when I opened up my first restaurant, one of the things that I did to my own demise, very naive, is I decided to open it up near where I felt like there was a food desert in order to continue to serve the community and give them something that would actually be better for them, instead of all of the fast food joints and the restaurants that they were used to, that they then had to subject their kids to, right? It also was an opportunity for me to continue to build up in the community as far as giving people jobs, right? I wanted to train young people, and I didn't just want to go in and be walking through the community and be like, hey, young man, get yourself together. I wanted to be able to tap in with people and then give them an opportunity, show them how they can do it themselves. You don't have to necessarily become a drug dealer. I don't want any plexiglass up here. I want it to be open air. I want you to come in and meet people, understand who's a part of your community, who's investing in your community. I want you to understand that it's somebody that looks like you. And guess what? Even to this day, you know the people that I get the most criticism from? People that got this skin color. People that lived in that community. The people that supported me the most was people that didn't even look like me, and they drove from far out because they loved what it was that we put together, and they loved the food. And they would drive from 10, 15 miles out just to come and pick up an order, or just to support, or just to come there after church. And those were the people that supported me the most. It was people that didn't look like me. And the ones that I got the most criticism from, the people that would steal my food, the ones that was coming in and stealing the phones, they would break in at night. Whenever I would get an order, I would see boxes and boxes of turkey legs and chicken wings going out the back door through a hidden camera that I installed. People that was sleeping on a job, people that was in there having a homeboys, giving away free food, all of this stuff. Those were people that look like me, right? And so when I talk about our cultural norms and the things that we go through, when I talk about the things that I experience, even when it comes to building up and putting my own money, not nobody else's money, no bank money, no loans, all of that. I put up $114,000 of my own money to build it from scratch, right? When we talk about our cultural norms, it's a downward impact of what happens throughout the community that then basically it resonates everywhere. When you have one person that goes unchecked in your community and they say, listen, I'm going to commit this crime and ain't nobody going to tell on me, no snitching. What happens is it then creates an environment and a culture where A, nothing is safe. B, people that actually want to support the community can't because they don't even feel safe going over there and doing it. C, that crime is perpetuated in more ways than one, especially on an influential level, because other people see it as cool. D, nobody has jobs. E, it lowers the property value. You don't get any tourism, and it's so many different residual effects that come along with it. But because we continue to adopt these policies and cultural norms, and it's largely reflected in the way that you voted. You voted in these legislators over there in Oakland that advocated for things that then release criminals based off of the things that y'all was hearing from rappers. You listen to Jay-Z talk about the no bail system. Y'all listen to these rappers talking about all of this. They told y'all to get out and vote without any kind of insight. Y'all decided that y'all wanted to roll over and support a specific party without reading through their policies. I seen y'all vote in Governor Newsom again, and again, even after it is you seen what happened during the pandemic. You see all of these trains getting robbed over in LA and in Oakland and California, and y'all just continue to support it and perpetuate it. Now it's a haves and have-nots. Because there used to be a middle class, there used to be a community, and that was the thing that was the middle class. Now Families are getting pushed out and they saying, listen, I can't do it anymore. And I got to lay everybody off. Nobody going to have a job, which continues to take away from what it is that you see in the community because no money is being circulated in that community now, right? Now you in a space to where property values is going to go down, which also affects what goes into your schools, which also affects what it is that we can continue to put into as far as solving for police and crime in order to keep you safe. And now they knocking you over in the parking lot and can't nobody come in and eat no more. That's a fact.
$30 meal becomes like $500 something.
I'm afraid to drive my vehicle here, so I actually caught an Uber here. I won't drive it because it could cost you a couple grand with your windows gone.
Oakland police report auto burglary is up 46% this year compared to last. More than 10,000 cases so far.
Think about that. The police ain't gonna sit here and protest no more. Everybody is protesting through their actions. Everybody is protesting with their dollars. Everybody is protesting with whether or not they even want to come in and do the job that they're supposed to come in and pay. They say, nah, we just gonna go and get a job somewhere else. Oakland police don't even care about putting the stats out no more. They showing you what defund the police really mean. They showing you what a lack of policy and support from the community really mean. Listen, burglaries is up 46%. Robberies is up 30%. 10,000 incidents. People don't even want to drive their car in order to go and do certain things. They catching an Uber because they know that they ain't gonna have no windows in the environment in the daytime in the public because people is riding around busting out the windows trying to see if you got something that's inside of that bag that ain't even nothing in. They gonna cause more damage than they would have got if they would have just stole something. It's bad out here.
Robbery also went up by 30%.
The lack of office worker, it not kill us. The crime, the criminal kill us.
City Council President Nikki Fortunato-Bass says the police department will soon expand on the number of foot patrol officers.
Wait. I thought y'all wanted to defund the police. What happened to everybody with their signs out there?
P is also sending in help.
We know people are fearful. We know they're frustrated. They are hurting. We don't want to lose another business.
But Son says it's too late for Le Cheval.
Mad, really mad. Very, very disappointing. You know, then the politicians in Oakland here, they can do nothing. Just talk only.
Not just a big loss for the community, but tough on a personal level as well. I first came here in the summer of 1998. I was an intern at the Port of Oakland working in the Human Resources Department. My supervisor and the co-workers, they would bring me here almost on a weekly basis. I remember they used to say, Le Cheval's got the best kebabs and the best food. A lot of great old memories from this place.
Let me give you, so remember when I was having this conversation with you when we first started this live stream and I was telling you that culture used to be different based off of whatever region that you in. So that's over in Oakland, right? Let me take you over to Philly. This is what's happening over in Philly, ladies and gentlemen. You see the armed agent, the security guard with the gun, with the assault rifle in his hand? This man right here is that man right there. And he's walking around with a bulletproof vest on, all of his muscles, and an assault rifle. You know why? Let me share with you why.
Authentic sandwiches and armed security. One restaurant is creating a different type of dining experience to keep customers safe as concerns of crime and violence plague the city.
The original Jim's Steaks in West Philadelphia making a comeback, reopening under the name Jim's West. The additional security measures, part of the restaurant's new identity, all to match the new reality.
It's Friday night. I'm Shari Williams alongside Gray Hall. The big story on Action News tonight is heavy security guarding the food line outside of Jim's West.
There have been lines around the block since the location reopened. People saying they are excited about these cheesesteaks, but when it comes to the security with those rifles, the reaction mixed about this.
Yeah, Action News reporter Brianna Smith now joining us live with what people are saying about what they saw while waiting for their cheesesteaks.
Well, Shari and Gray, some customers say they appreciate the armed agents to keep them safe when they are out and just trying to eat. However, others argue it's alarming to see an AR-15.
I'm so excited. The food has always been good.
In my opinion, the best cheesesteak in town.
Residents are thrilled the original Jim's West Steaks in West Philadelphia is back in business.
Thank you.
But this time, customers can expect to see armed agents out front.
The violence has spiked. It goes up and down.
you want people to feel safe and to be safe, you know, so when they come out and eat, they don't have to worry about no type of harm.
Our lines are down the block, so while you standing here in line, connecting with other people that you may not know, we got security right here just to keep you guys safe.
Welcome to your new reality. Listen, I know y'all not really understanding it. Y'all not really paying attention. Y'all not really hearing me. It's not really resonating in your mind yet, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is your new normal. You can't run from it. You can temporarily escape it. In most of these cities where you voted for certain ways and certain policies and certain adoptions, and you decided that you didn't want to tell on little man, and little Ray was over there busting out heads and knocking over people, and so this is your cultural norm now. This is your new normal. This is America. This is Oakland. This is Philadelphia. This is Chicago. This is all across the nation what your new norm looks like. In order for you to be safe, feel safe, you now have to look at a man, or better yet, a business hiring men with ARs in order to patrol for you to feel safe with ordering cheesesteak. Philly used to be known for cheesesteak. Now Philly is known for rats, crime, and Kensington Avenue, and making sure that we continue to support drug dealers that drop that fentanyl that's chopped up with horse tranquilizer in order to keep people slumped over. That's what Philly is largely. People don't think about, when people think about Philly, they think about Kensington Avenue. They don't think about Philly cheesesteaks anymore. They don't. That's just a fact. When I kick it and when I talk and when I say, man, I'm thinking about going over to Philly, they say, man, make sure you go over there and check out Kensington Avenue. It's wild out there. That's what they say. That's the honest to God truth. Man, when you go to Philly, make sure you drive down Kensington Avenue. Just make sure that you be careful, fam. They don't say, hey, yo, you got to go and check out them cheesesteaks. That go over there is going this. If you go to check out the cheesesteaks, now you got to be able to walk past the AR-15 just in order to be able to feel safe. It's wild. It is absolutely wild.
Owners hope their presence prevents crimes.
It's not just myself. There usually be other agents who's sworn and certified through the state of Pennsylvania to do security work when they're off duty from doing what they're doing. All of us are former military, police, law enforcement background.
Former military, police, law enforcement background. Basically, we need the National Guard in there in order for you to go and pick up a Philly cheesesteak.
Other business owners have hired armed agents too, including the Carco gas station in North Philadelphia.
As a business, if you want to secure your business and you want to make sure everybody's safe, you got to spend that extra money.
While some customers support the enhanced security,
Safety and good food is always a plus.
If it deters it, I can't complain, I guess. But, you know, I'm not exactly a big fan of guns, but I get it.
Others think it's not necessary outside of Jim's West.
Now, North Philly, where that gas station is, where the guys out there with a machine gun, I can understand that. But here, it's a little overkill. Even if you just had an armed guard, okay, but just walking around with a machine gun, it's not family friendly.
We don't care about if it's family friendly. We care about whether or not our customers is protected. If somebody gonna knock you over the head. See, the thing that we gonna have to get over now, because our new normal is different, the thing that we got to get over now within these communities is that it's not about how you feel, it's about what the reality is. The reality is that these young bulls don't care nothing about you. They don't care nothing about you, man. They doing it in the daytime. They doing it in the night. They doing it when your girl is with you. They doing it when she ain't with you. They doing it where the kids is around. They doing it when it's not around. They don't care anything about you. Listen, we don't care about your perspective, how you feel about it, what makes you feel a certain type of way. The only thing they care about, and applaud this business, applaud these business owners, applaud the people that got to deal with this nonsense, applaud the people that continue to spend extra money in order to keep people with them. Look, I'm going to be in Dallas this weekend. I've always felt comfortable being me and doing what I'm doing. But if you don't think that I'm walking around with security strapped up, yo, when you see me in Dallas this week, Right? I'll be in Dallas tomorrow. I got to do the Meeting of the Minds show. Actually, I just dropped it inside of the description. If you guys want to get tickets to the Meeting of the Minds, if you're going to be in Dallas and you want to come and kick it with your boy, I just dropped it inside of the chat. You can go and pick up tickets, and you can live stream the event if you're not in Dallas specifically. When you see me walking around, just know that I got an army with me. It's people that you don't know. It's people that you're going to see that's visible. When I walk around and I go into different cities, especially cities that I'm not familiar with, look, I got to get home. I got to get home. I got to make sure that my daughters see me. I got to make sure that my wife, they got, you know what I'm saying? There's people that depend on me. I got employees. I got people that payroll got to be going out. I'm going to have them boys with me. I got the police with me. I got the national security. I got the monsters with me. I got trained monsters. I got former SEALs with me. When you see me walking around in Detroit and you kick it with me, look over my shoulder and see what's walking with me and see what happened. I don't walk around unless I got security with me, and I'm out in the streets every day. I'm not out here without security. I'm in the streets every day. And you know why? It's not because I want to. It's because that is the new normal now. That is the new normal now. I'm not messing around with you. That's my new normal. That's just the reality. And this is your reality over in Philly and Oakland.
I'm here to protect you. I'm not here to, cause any trouble or be that guy with the rifle.
Yeah, that's the goal, to keep everyone safe.
Hold on. Who was that? Give me a second. Let me see what she's working with. Okay. All right. Who is this? Who's this reporter? It's Philadelphia News at ABC at 6. Somebody find out who this woman is. I'm curious.
Yeah, that's the goal, to keep everyone safe. Now, customers can expect to see armed agents outside the building.
What's her social media?
Thursday through Sunday during business hours.
Brianna Smith. Let me see what Brianna Smith talking about over there. I'm sorry. I don't want to distract myself. Shout out to Philly. I'm looking to link up with Brianna Smith when I get to @Brianna Smith News. Now, I want to know what your real Instagram is. I don't want to know what the news Instagram is. I want to know what the real Instagram is. Let me get back to the show.